Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hypnovision. I am your host, Nicholas. Today, I'm just going to go a little bit off the top of my head and talk on the mic for just a few minutes. In front of me, I have a prism. It is called a right angle prism, which is very interesting because when you think about creation, you've heard the phrase, cast your net to the right. Fishers of men, so to speak, right? Teach a man how to fish, and he will always eat. So that, my friends, is what I'm talking about today. Now, a prism can split light and show you the different rainbow effect. That is why the clever packaging on this has a rainbow on the front of it. But not only that, but if you think in terms of the mental prism of the mind, then you understand that there are different emotional ranges and thought patterns that can be seen through many different viewpoints. So if you take the observer effect, the concept is to observe your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer watching your thoughts. That really does shift. And 1:11 on the clock, I see it down there now, 1:11 p.m. on the clock. And the observer can choose to react to the thoughts, given feeling to the emotion, the colorful range of emotion, because there is a duality to life. So let's look at it this way. The color green in 528 hertz are closely associated because green at 528 in the center of the rainbow green, the duality aspect of that could be the green heart chakra, or it could be envy, jealousy, and things like that. So there is a duality aspect of everything from the zodiac signs to looking through the perception of life through a positive glass half full versus a negative glass half empty. Now, one hardly ever really stops to self-reflect. Is this me? Am I looking at life through a negative lens? Do I speak negatively about myself and react to those thoughts when I observe them? So I want to share a few things with you, and obviously I'm doing this very different right now. My studio area is kind of an open space, and I'm always moving things around, doing different projects. So sometimes my station for recording is not always where it needs to be. So I like to change things up, and I like to keep it fresh. That way I'm not falling in the trap of doing the same thing over and over every single day. So with that, I want to kind of shift to that inner talk, that inner voice inside of our head that is always chattering. Now, in psychology, they call that monkey chatter, right? That's where the whole term, the whole phrase of flying monkeys, that's where that comes from, because the mind is always thinking. The mind is always acting. The mind is always engaged. And sometimes when our mind becomes overactive, that is because we do not allow the colors to flow through our prism, our mental prism of our mind. We, like a guard, will stop things internally from coming out. That, it really can build emotional pressure. Holding things close to your chest, thinking badly about yourself, regrets that you didn't say something when you should have, or you said something that you wish that you could take back. But those things that we stop in that mental prism of our mind, as the observer, we have become the guard, the guardian of the gate, so to speak. This is all clearly mental, and one has to gain clarity to really understand this. But in that same paradox, I am giving you the key to understanding how to apply these things up here in the mind to clarify your prism. So the eye in imagination is pure. The original light hits the prism and is split. It is the thoughts that are what gives it structure. Through the observer, you can choose or not choose. But if you are not aware of the observer effect, then you react to everything in real time on an unaware, unconscious, completely reactive state. And that can lead us to all kinds of traps mentally where we are confused, turned around, upside down, don't understand, have no way to apply the knowledge that we have to get the results that we are looking for. It is all simply a matter of the mind, the mentality aspect of nurturing your tree of life inside. When I say tree of life, that goes from the root chakra to the crown chakra, which would represent the nervous system that is inside of the body that is directly connected to the brain, which controls the emotional ranges and also the chemical makeup in your body. So, when I say the tree of life on the inside, that is the nervous system. That is the roots going all the way up into the spine, up through the body into the brain, delivering either a positive charge or a negative charge, depending on the alchemy of the chemistry in your body. So with that, you can see how it is very important to clarify your prism so that all the colors can come through and you can have clarity in mind. My friends, self-talk is everything, and is a lesson that I had to learn very hard myself. It has taken many years for me to understand some of my prior actions, but also understand that the choices I was making, some of those was because I was blind and could not see the cause and effect before it happened. And that comes from not having mental clarity, not nurturing your root, not attending to your garden. There are a lot of things once you get into life and you get trapped into the matrix of things, the cycles of jobs, the cycles of schools, holidays, vacations, and all kinds of life happenings that you totally get swift away before you even understand. You find yourself in a foreign land, a place that you never dreamed of, but you wound up there somehow. And that is because of clarity. Ladies and gentlemen, the power of I am can only be revealed through self-talk. The power of I see can only be revealed through self-talk. So the best way is to write it out. Write what you feel. Write what you think about what you feel. Understand it from many angles, and you will gain clarity. As you continue to practice these type things, you will gain a much broader clarity on the overall spectrum of life. There are things at play that we cannot see. There are things at play that we can see. There are our own actions and the cause and effect. There are the actions of others, the cause and effect. Also, how we react in those moments. It's okay to realize that somebody is having a bad day, but if a behavior is repeated long enough, it becomes a pattern. And if that type pattern displays a sense of sourness to the energy, then you know to be aware. You know to stop and pause and check your imagination. The magician is the I in imagination because it is formless and it produces your thoughts. When you judge your thoughts, you are judging yourself. When you shame your thoughts, you are shaming yourself. So let it be free and observe without reacting internally. And this will allow the energy to start to flow again. This will allow you to start to feel again because you can choose what to feel. What way do you want to perceive that color green in the prism? The emotional ranges do have a duality aspect to them. And it is okay if you get triggered. But the key is to learn how to rebalance and clean that prism. And that, my friends, is done through meditation, to sit quietly and to allow those chattering thoughts to be heard without judgment, without shame inside of your own head. And you will find that things on the outside will start to transform and shift in front of you in ways that you could have never dreamed. When you start to calm your own inner conflict within yourself, you start to see a calming effect in your environment. You start to see people differently through the spectrum of the prism. Your imagination is free, and your imagination is no longer bound by your own doing internally through your own self-talk. That is the tug of war that has plagued man for many years. The mind is a very, very interesting place to be trapped in. So here is the key. Prism is shaped like a triangle. This prism is a right-hand prism depicting colors of the rainbow. The all-seeing eye depicted in the center of the rainbow. Mind, body, and soul. The Trinity. The power of three. And when we don't take account of any one of those three, we give that power away. So think of it like this. There are those that will try to control you because of your appearance. They might find themselves jealous by the way that you look, and for that reason will try to control you based off of your appearance, your body. There are those that see that you are smart, but you might be socially awkward. So you are so smart, you are gullible, and that reveals that there are those who seek to control you through your mind because you are so smart they think you are stupid. And then there is the soul or the spiritual aspect of things. The soul is the inner imagination, the essence of life. If you want to call it the God particle, then so be it. It is the source that animates our body. It is the source of all things, the sunlight, the moon, the Mother Earth herself. It is the source of all things living. And when we don't realize our own connection, then there are those who will try to control it. So, one of the strongest shapes is a triangle. The right hand is the doorway to creation in the mind. When you decide to clean your mirror and realize the power of three, when you align your mind, your body, and your soul, that alignment is you stepping into your power. That alignment is you asserting control over your own life, your own will. You are the narrator of your will and testament. Don't wait to go see a lawyer to figure out your fate. You are the living will. You are the living word. You are the living tree of life. So give testimony to the creation that is. Learn to love yourself. Learn to see your value. Learn to give to others that which you wish to give to yourself, and you will receive it tenfold. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching and listening. I hope you find some inspiration in this off-the-cuff video.